What's up, guys? It's the Amateur here with Escape Your Cubicle. Just putting out a regular daily video here today. Haven't put a video out in a minute, so just figured I'd do one today. Nothing special going on, really. It is Saturday right now. Just stopping in here to get my normal grub, get some lunch over here. Guess where I am? You guys know where I am. It's gonna be busy though today because it's Saturday. Check it out. Here we go. I better not get crashed here. Of course, IKEA. I'm gonna get the. Well, you guys can see. You guys have. Wait a second here. I'll show you what I'm getting. But turn this navigation off so it's not yapping at me. So yeah, what's going on? So it's Saturday. Just doing. I'm gonna be doing some Ubers today during the day. I got pretty lucky this morning. I stopped in over there at Red Rock, and I had $10 on a gaming voucher. I wanted to gamble a little bit because they have a promotion where you get like 10 points on your player's card when you do a little bit of gambling, which is not much. You can get 10 points on like $5 usually. I do a little bit of video poker, 20 cents a hand, 4 aces, not bad. So on a 20-cent bet, 4 aces paid $32. Can't complain on that. So I'm betting a few more times, and the machine seems like it's doing good. It keeps dealing me some good hands, full houses and stuff, straights, a lot of three of a kind. So I'm like, I think this thing's going to hit again. So I better put the max bet on. So the max bet on that machine, since it's just a penny video poker machine, literally you can bet 1 cent a hand. The max bet on it is $1. So I go up to $1 and say, okay, I'll max bet like for $5 and it'll cash out, right? I do a few max bets and it deals me this 4 of a kind dealt. That's pretty cool. 4 kings. That paid another $50 on the dollar bet. If it would have been 4 aces with a kicker, actually my first hand, even with 20 cents bet, if that would have been a deuce 3 or a 4 with the 4 aces, which is a deuce 3 or 4 is considered a kicker. So if you have 4 aces with a kicker, it would have been $110, but it was still $32 on that first hit. So the second hit, 4 kings, betting $1 was $50. So now I'm up to like $80. And if you get the 4 aces with a kicker, when you're betting $1 at the full value, that machine is pretty good. It pays $800 on a $1 bet. So, and just the first hand I got, the 4 aces with no kicker, that would have been $400. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but it's up there. It's might have been 180, 400. I don't know. Where is it at? Look. Here we go. All right, yeah, there we go. So, got a nice little $80. Throw that into the poker bankroll. Oh my God, poker, don't ask me. How's it going? I said, don't ask me. It's going terrible. Ever since I hit that jackpot, I had like 2 good sessions. Every other session after that has been like 100 to 0 in like 2 hours or 3 hours, or like 80 to 0. Boom, boom, boom. Just bombing out. But I'm playing the 2-4 limit. And I've said it before, I've ranted a little bit. It's good for trying to milk the clock, usually, if you get your fair share of cards and win a fair number of pots. But I have been losing with like sets, 3 of a kinds. I've been losing with the top pair, top kicker, getting outdrawn. And all that is the same old stuff that's part of the limit poker game, especially $2, $4 limit poker. There's always going to be a lot of players in the pot, so you have to have a very, very good hand to hold up. A lot of times they will catch their card they need, on the turn of the river, and they'll beat you. If you had like a 3 of a kind, they're going to get their flush or their full house. They're going to get something by the river to beat you. So yesterday was crazy too. They have the straight flush jackpots. They have the 4 of a kind jackpots. They also have what's called the good beat jackpot, which is if you get aces full of 10s with a full house beaten by 4 of a kind or better, you get to share $5,000 with the winner and the loser of that hand get to share $5,000. The table also gets a share too, so they get like about 100 or 200 bucks each, everybody at the table. So I looked down, I got 5-4 of hearts, and I go, nice. So I'm thinking, okay, just put 6, 7, 8 of hearts out there on the flop, we'll be good to go. Because I'm thinking of the straight flushes. The 8 high straight flush was $575, even if you don't flop it, if you just make it. So I'm thinking, okay, come on, let's get a straight flush. Let's just do it right here. It's like the second hand I set down. So the dealer puts, so like I said, 4 or 5 of hearts. Dealer puts out there 6, 7, 8 on the flop. Clubs, of course not hearts, clubs. And oh, come on, man, you were so close to the dealer. I said, you almost did it. Even though he gave me a straight, and I was happy. And the guy to my right, he leads out, and I call. And I basically call him to the river. I mean, I don't have the flush. I don't have a club. Obviously, I have the straight, but I'm thinking he might have flopped the flush and got lucky. What does he turn over? Okay, so the flop was 6, 7, 8 of clubs. We got 4, 5, so we got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He turns over the 9, 10 of clubs. He flopped a straight flush. He flopped a straight flush to the 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if that 4, 5, big if that 4, 5 we had was clubs instead of hearts, we would have hit it. We would have shared, we would have had a straight flush over straight flush. We would have gotten a couple $1,000 right there. This guy would have gotten the bigger share. I probably would have gotten like 1,500 or something like that. At least $1,000 I would have got for the lower straight flush. Anyway, we missed it. It sucked. We went to 0 again. My guy's getting killed. So that was it. That's the last straw. I know people have been telling me in the comments, what are you doing playing the 2-4 limit, man? You're going to get killed. The rake. That's the house percent that the house takes. Every pot, they take a percent. And the pots aren't big at the 2-4. Sometimes you get a $40, $50, $60 pot. That's a big pot in 2-4. The average pot is like $10, $15. And then the house takes a couple dollars every time. So you're losing money there. The blinds eat you up. Forget it, guys. You cannot win enough to make up the difference on the rake. And I know that. I know everybody's been telling me that. But I'm trying to milk the clock for this tournament. I want to get like another 20 or 30 hours. I think I only need another 20 hours. So I can get the additional 5,000 chips, starting chips for the big tournament next month. But I'm not going to play 2-4 anymore. I'm done with that. So we're moving up. We're either going to be playing 4-8 limit, or we're going to be playing 1-2, $1, $2, no limit, where the buy-in, a minimum buy-in is 100, the max buy-in is 300. But you can push your whole stack in there at any given time. You can bet everything. However much you have in front of you, you can bet the whole thing. So that's no limit. I think I'm going to play that because I'm so used to my stack going to 0 anyway. It's not going to make a difference. It's not a big deal if we get stacked. If somebody takes our whole stack on one hand. What's the difference? And maybe we'll get lucky. We can run it up. Try to run it up. So, yeah, I think I'm going to sit in at the 1-2 no limit game next time. Maybe tonight. We'll see how it goes. Maybe, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Probably tonight, though. I like Saturdays. Saturday, there might be maybe some drinkers, some casual players in there that are just throwing money around. Plus, the quad flopper promotion is going on a Saturday. So, you have a chance of flopping a 4 of a kind and making an extra $500. We've already done it once. We got 4 kings. We hit that quad flopper and come close a few times on the other ones, too. All right, so let's go into IKEA. I'm going to get my lunch. All right, so picking up right here from yesterday's little misadventure. So it's Sunday right now. Whoa, the brakes here. We got a backlog leaving the airport. We're just leaving the airport. Just did our first Uber trip of the morning. No, there is no poker pictures or video to report from last night. Why? Because the session unfortunately lasted so short, I didn't even have time to get settled in my seat before I got ejected rudely by the cards and the other players. I could not make a hand, guys. The one hand I made, or I would have made, I folded too early. I don't know. I mean, so here's what happened. It was weird. I sat down at the 4-8. I only brought out $80 with me, so that's my first fail. The 4-8, I should probably be buying in with like 150 or 200. I just didn't have it on me. I didn't want to go home and get the money and then go back to the casino. I had $80. I'm going to sit down and see what happens, right? And I don't know what the deal was, but the casino was freaking packed, more crowded than I've ever seen it, ever since moving here to Las Vegas. That place was jammed. I could barely even find a parking place. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the tunnel now, going under the runways at the airport. So I get on the list. I called in, so I got a seat pretty quickly. I sit down at the 4-8, and there are huge stacks. The casino's packed, so there's people everywhere. So I don't know what's going on, but the poker room is completely full. All the lists to get on all the games are huge. But I get a seat quickly, and like I said, the chip stacks at this table are huge all around me. I don't recognize any of the players, because a lot of the regulars I recognize. I don't recognize anybody, but they have a lot. You know, some people have $500, $600, $700 in front of them at this 4-8 table. And right when I sit down, I notice the action is insane. People are betting, raising, re-raising, capping the pots. Huge piles of chips. So this is kind of good. First hand, I got like an ace queen. I raised. It goes around. We get a ton of money in the pot. I end up with a flush draw. I had ace queen of hearts, actually. We end up with a flush draw. The 2 hearts on the flop. And it's like bet, raise, call, boom, boom, boom. The pot is enormous. We don't make anything. By the river card, we don't pair up. Actually, we did. We made a pair of queens, which was top pair. But the flush doesn't get there. And our pair doesn't hold up. So we lose that big pot right away. We're down about $25, $30. $20, I think. $20, $25. We're down immediately. Okay. Like a couple of hands later, we get pocket deuces. And the pot's not raised, so we call the $4 to go in. There's like 7 people in the pot. We miss a deuce. There's no deuce on the flop. And then it's like bet, call, all the way around. The pot's huge again. And I'm thinking, man, I already put some money into this pot. I'm going to fold. I fold. And I'm thinking, you better not put a deuce out there. And the dealer puts a deuce out there, of course. So I'm an idiot. I should have called the $4. I already have actually messed up. I think the pot did end up getting raised pre-flop, but I was already in. I called. So it was like $8 in there per player times like 7 players. The pot's already bloating up. And I should have called the $4 on the flop. But I'm just thinking, man, I have 2 outs here. A deuce or a deuce. There's only 2 deuces left in the whole deck. What are the chances I'm going to catch the deuce? And if I call the $4, it's probably going to get raised behind me anyway because I was in early middle position. So what that means I'm going to end up putting $8 in trying to catch one of the 2 remaining deuces in the deck. So I fold, and the deuce, right? The deuce comes on the turn. You know it's always going to happen that way. It feels like if you call, it's not coming. If you fold, it's coming. Everybody knows, if you play poker, you know how it goes. So I fold, the deuce comes, and what else happens? The pot gets enormous. It's a gigantic, enormous pot. 2 pair wins, so my deuces were good. So that just set me off. I'm already on tilt. I lost 2 big pots already. So we lost half our stack in about the first 4 hands of sitting down at the table. I'm down to $40, and it doesn't get any better from there. On my final hand, I get an ace-5 of spades. I call, and we flop the straight. right away we make the straight. So we're betting, we're calling, we're going to, and there's 2 spades. Did I mention there's 2 spades? No. So we flopped the straight with a flush, and there's a 2, 3, 4 out there. And what happens on the river? No spade, but a beautiful 5 comes for the guy with a 6 deuce in his hand. So he makes a bigger straight than our flopped straight, and we're out of there. So we're out of there in like 20 minutes. So the good news, I mean, the cool thing was there was just unbelievable action. Every single pot was huge, but no love for us. No good hands. I couldn't make any hands. The one big hand I would have won, I folded. Terrible. So forget that. So I gotta wean myself off of the limit poker. I gotta quit the limit poker, and I've got to just get back to no limit poker, because my average hourly rate at the no limit poker was around $12 or $14 an hour of like what, you know, average out across about 100 hours of play, which is not a lot, but that's what it was. My app that I used was showing I was averaging for no limit, but at limit, my hourly rate return was like $3 an hour. So obviously I'm hardly making any money at limit. I'm losing, and the goal was just to try to play limit to stretch out my bankroll to get as many hours as possible for the tournament. But I can't just keep sitting down at these limit games and losing the bankroll every time, because I'm just not making enough hands, or I'm getting outdrawn. So forget the limit stuff, guys. Altogether, forget it. My next poker session's probably going to be sometime this week. I don't know which day. It's not going to be today or tomorrow, so I'll put another video up after the next session. It's definitely going to be a 1-2 no limit poker session. So hopefully we'll have better luck there and try to run it up. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. It's just an update video on what's going on. And if anything exciting happens, or if I see anything, I'll put a quick video out, and I'll do the next update video after the next poker session. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Click subscribe, click the bell to get notified if you want to know when the next video comes up. Put some comments down there below. Anybody out there that's a regular limit poker player, let me know what your how you're doing with limit poker, what your results are, what your systems are, you know, what style you play limit poker, if you play that on a regular basis, and what limits you play. Do you play the 4-8 or higher? There's a 2-4, man. The 2-4 kills. But I can see how the 4-8 is good, because we had a huge... The pots were gigantic last night. The average pot was like $100 at least. At least $100. The one I lost with the deuces was like over a $200 pot. So, anyway, enough of the poker rant, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to keep Ubering today and see what I can make. And I'll see you guys next time.